Testing. All right.
Hello.
All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and get started. This is Guardians of the Appexchange. I'm Ben James. I'm the product owner for the Appexchange and the partner community. I've been here at Salesforce for almost 8 years at this point, mainly focused in or around our partner products, specifically the Appexchange and, again, the partner community.
Doug Sabella. I'm a senior PM here. I own a bunch of the partner tools, so things like checkout, channel order app, security review, anything and everything related to the Appexchange.
Before we get to the fun stuff, the forward-looking statement. So if any of you don't know what this means, Salesforce.com is a publicly traded company under the ticker CRM on the New York Stock Exchange. Basically, please don't make purchasing decisions based on the contents of this presentation. If you would like to read this document in full, it is available up on our website. Okay, agenda today. So first, Doug and I are talking a little bit about product vision in terms of just generally what we're focused on from a day-to-day basis for the next year or two, specifically around these products. One thing we're not going to get super detailed today is the Appexchange product roadmap. I know that's a little misleading with the session title, but we do have some big announcements with regards to the Appexchange coming in the next couple months as we run up to Dreamforce, so please stay tuned there. Doug will touch base a little bit on checkout, but for the most part, we're going to leave any of our Appexchange product-related announcements out of this presentation. I'm going to touch on the partner community and what we're doing there to improve the ISV onboarding experience, and then Doug is going to bring us home talking about Appexchange checkout, Stripe, and some of the things you can do to hopefully make running your ISV business just a little bit easier. So what is our vision? So our goal for the next year or so, and again, this is based on a lot of feedback we've gotten from you, the ISVs, at events like this or just over time, is really to improve the onboarding experience for ISVs all the way through to how you sell, manage, and license your application. Verbatim, blaze the path that helps partners enroll in the ISV program quickly and progress through the life cycle in a seamless manner. Make running your business simpler than it's ever been before with a variety of self-service tools. So just reduce as much of that friction as possible and let you guys focus on what you want to focus on most, which I'm sure is selling, marketing, and supporting your application. So how are we going to do that, and what are the things that we're working on? So specifically with the partner community, again, one of the things we've heard loud and clear from ISVs, both new and old, is make onboarding easier. So we're really focused on this streamlined ISV onboarding experience. Again, you've spoken, we've listened. This is near and dear to my heart because, again, I think for a long time the ISV program has been a little bit of a black box. We're really focused on improving this and providing as much transparency to you, the ISV, as possible. So there's this idea to Appexchange checklist, which is something we're working on, really trying to boil down the 10 steps required from any ISV to go from signing up all the way through to listing up on the Appexchange. Education, learning about the program, getting set up with the technology, all the way through to enrolling in the program, and then also selling your app. This is also part of a larger content overhaul for ISVs within the partner community as a whole. It's something we're taking a look at, but each one of these steps will be backed by a brand new resource that outlines what the step is, what you need to do, what you need to do to get to the next step, and where some of the pitfalls might be. There's also a bunch of lifelines we're starting to establish throughout this process. So today, maybe you log a case, or you'd hopefully try to call your PAM. We're talking about things like a 1-800 number, staffed chatter groups in the partner community. So if you get stuck, there's somebody there to help and hopefully help you pretty quickly. And then that leads us to what I've coined the Appexchange listing approval process. So today, as a prospective ISV or someone who's been in market but is looking to list a new application, how do you go about actually getting enrolled in the ISV program? What does that mean? How do you get the attention of someone at Salesforce in order to list your app up on the Appexchange? Today, if you get a hold of us through a case or security view or an email, we typically send you a whole bunch of questionnaires, which is a lot of fun, and you get to either fax or email them back to us like it's 1986. We're, again, dramatic or really focused on improving this experience by integrating all of these questionnaires into the Appexchange publishing experience. So today, as you're building out your listing, very soon you'll have the ability to complete all of the required information Salesforce needs from you to have a conversation again around what program within the larger ISV bucket makes sense for you, how you want to price your app, etc. Submission of these questionnaires is going to kick off the formal process with Salesforce to, again, talk about program enrollment and pricing, and again, finding the best fit for you and your specific listing. And with that brings me to my favorite part of this conversation, which is click-through agreements. So another piece of feedback we've gotten is, it's a long process, right? In terms of from sign up all the way through to listing up on the Appexchange, takes a long time. And a large portion of that time is spent usually negotiating with your lawyer or our lawyers or whoever it may be, trying to hammer out a contract that, again, makes sense for your application. So we're moving towards these click-through agreements. So if you submit your listing for approval, you have a quick conversation with us around pricing, around what exactly you're trying to distribute, and you say, hey, listen, I have no interest in spending the next 6 months with you negotiating legal terms of a contract. We're going to allow you to click through a standard ISV agreement. So this should allow you to go from submission through to approval, at least from a business standpoint, in a matter of days, rather than probably at this point, which is taking you a couple weeks. So again, whether it's a new or prospective ISV, or you're looking to list a new application or component going forward, this should hopefully, again, make that experience a lot more transparent, more seamless, and just openly easier on you. If you do want to go that route of a custom OEM contract or something specifically redlined to your specifications, we'll still go through that process with you, but I'm hopeful that most of you will, again, agree to our typical standard terms. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Doug, who's going to talk a little bit about checkout.
Cool. Thank you, Ben. Hope everyone's very excited for all of those things. Very exciting advancements coming in the community and with the program. So for those who don't know, Checkout is our self-service payment tool that we have on the Appexchange. The purpose of Checkout is really ease of use, ease of accounting, ease of licensing. So if you think about it in a way where we take care of all of the accounting for you, your customers take care of all of their licensing. It's really just a way to get spun up on the Appexchange quickly and easily and get your listing to market and get you selling your app faster and easier. So you can see there's a theme here where we want to make doing business with Salesforce a lot easier, so all of these tools sort of flow together very well. So what we're doing with Checkout right now is we currently only accept credit cards, but that is changing. We are expanding our payment types that you can accept. So there are two different avenues we are taking. Both of them are bank-to-bank debits. One route is ACH, which is automated clearinghouse payments, and those are for the US. And then SEPA payments, which are single euro payment area. I don't know if the Brexit has any impact on that, but SEPA payments are effectively the same thing, bank-to-bank debits, but for the Eurozone. So if you have European customers who have a European bank account, they can pay you via SEPA, and basically we have Stripe powering the back end for our Checkout product. Stripe will do all of the currency conversions for you, and they will handle all of the payment remission for your P&R to Salesforce directly. Same with ACH and same with credit card. So all of those accounting things are taken care of for you on the back end. And you can choose which payment types you'd like to accept on your listing. So if you say, I don't really feel like dealing with European customers, or you don't want anyone to pay with credit card, you don't have to. So we're giving you a lot of flexibility in how you can set up your listing, how you can price it, all your subscription models, things like that. So just moving into extending Checkout. So like I said earlier, we use Stripe as the back end for Checkout. It's what powers all of the payments and all of the license renewals and subscriptions in the back end. So this section is really just about customizing your Checkout instance with Stripe. Stripe's a really cool tool. We've done some extensive development on top of it, but there's still a lot left where someone can come in and really make it their own and make your Checkout instance unique to your business. So like you can see up there, this is all about customizing your Checkout instance by plugging into Stripe's APIs. So Stripe has a really robust set of APIs that they offer that you can develop directly on top of and customize your Checkout instance to suit everything that you need for your business. So right off the bat is the Checkout Management app plus Stripe Sigma. So for those who don't know, the Checkout Management app is an application that we built, which is effectively a data management platform or data management tool for your Checkout listing. So previously, our Checkout customers or Checkout partners did not have a lot of visibility into their customers' data. It was kind of obfuscated within Stripe, and it was really difficult to pair all of your Salesforce data back to what you had in Stripe, and there was a lot of very complex integrations that people were building. So we really heeded that feedback and took the onus upon ourselves to build an easy app for you guys to use. You can trigger notifications based off of activity on your listing. So if someone chooses to free trial your app, or if they choose to cancel or add licenses, if their payment's been declined, you will know. You can set notifications to be triggered to strategic personnel in your org, as well as send out to your customers so they can rectify the situation or know that they have trialed or purchased your app successfully. And where that really plays in with Stripe Sigma is we built that on top of the objects in Stripe that we know that our checkout customers and partners are going to use and want to have that data. They want to have that data to really leverage. But with Sigma, it's really cool. There's 15 templated SQL queries for you, but what it is there's an IDE within Stripe that you can go in, build out your own insights. You can share them amongst people in your org with as simple as sharing a URL. So if someone in your accounting team says, hey, I really need this information about invoices, and we're not providing that to you in the checkout management app, you can go build out this SQL query custom to what you exactly are looking for, and you can send that out to your accounting department or to your licensing department, whomever you need to do that for. So, and again, you can plug into that with your APIs, but there's an IDE built directly into Stripe that you can go use there. And then next up is just fraud prevention with Stripe Radar. So Stripe Radar is a machine learning algorithm. You can see it in the screenshot up here that Stripe has built out for fraud detection. So it's using all of Stripe's transactions to build out this very complex model of fraud activity across the globe. So it won't block any payments for you if you turn it on, but you can set different thresholds, and it'll provide you different risk levels for different payments. So if you're getting a payment from a very risk-heavy country or locale, it will tell you that this is a high-risk payment and it's something to look out for. You can IP block, you can geofence, you can do things like that. This is all available in the Stripe UI, and again, you can also plug in via these APIs to do these things. And again, this is really about extending checkout and customizing this for yourself. So all of these tools are there and available for you to use on top of the existing checkout product, and these things are really exciting and really allow you to make this your own. And yeah, we're really looking to grow checkout, and this is a good place for everybody who is a checkout partner to start, and you can begin to grow this. And that's all I have on checkout. So thank you all for attending. Let's do some Q&A if you guys have questions.
Right now, on checkout, you manage a lot of subscription and trial stuff in Stripe. It kind of delegates. When you bring in ACH and bank-to-bank, how does that affect trials and subscription? Do you want to repeat the question?
Yeah, so the question was, when using checkout, we manage a lot of subscriptions and trials via Stripe, and he wants to know when adding in ACH and SEPA, how that delegates to that process, if there's going to be any change. There will not be any change there. It will all be managed the exact same. It's just adding an additional payment type onto your listing. So just giving your customers more flexibility in how they want to pay.
Front.
That's all handled. So Checkout currently has its own agreement that you sign. It's the only click-through agreement available on the Appexchange right now, but obviously as Ben's team goes to... Yeah, so all the P&R is pre-negotiated. It's 15% flat rate. It's part of your checkout agreement, and that's all you have to pay for every transaction. So he wants to know about procurement and how the invoice will look when coming from Stripe. If I'm a customer and I'm getting an invoice, it will appear as whatever your business name is. You can set it to be, Customer Co. or whatever you want. It's not going to come in through Salesforce or Stripe. It's very customizable to your business.
Sure.
Yeah, so the question was, I'm going to repeat it. So the question was, he's saying that he's a channel order app partner, and he is currently liable for all payments to Salesforce and collecting funds and everything like that. And he wants to know if it's the same for checkout. So checkout is done it's done automatically on a recurring basis. So your payment to Salesforce is handled upon every subscription renewal. So that 15% in the checkout agreement is taken out, paid to our bank account, and the rest is remitted to your bank account, your partner bank. Yeah, everything's automated. So there's really no reason for you to have well, I don't want to say not have an accounting department. I'm sure there's a reason for you to have one, but there's no reason for you to have to deal with those sort of transactional pieces that you would have to deal with the COA in checkout.
Okay, now if so let's say a year comes up and it tries to bill them and it fails for whatever reason, their license is automatically cut?
So the question is, if a year comes up and they bill them and the payment is declined, do the licenses get canceled immediately? So that's something that you can set in your own Stripe instance. So you can set intervals of 1 payment retry, 3 payment retries. You send out notifications to them with the CMA saying, your payment has been declined, go update your credit card information or your bank account information, whatever it is. So that's really customizable to whatever you want to use. But that's, again, like I said, you can set it if you want to cancel upon immediate decline, you can do that. Or you can have it retry 7 times over 10 days.
The reason I'm asking is because we have a 30-day window or something, it's like 35 days. So I guess we have to bill them at least 45 days before the renewal date.
So the way it works a little bit differently with checkout than it does the COA. I know with COA ordering, you're going to have to notify us 45 days in advance that a customer's canceling their subscription. This is all done at time of transaction. So the customer's the one controlling their licensing, and there's no real way for you to know outside of you having a sales conversation with them that they're going to cancel, that they are going to go ahead and do that.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Can you say what?
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
Appexchange listings. Go for it. The categories. Yeah, something we're looking at. So as I said, we have some exciting Appexchange news coming in the next couple months. Something we have heard, again, loud and clear, that folks want to be in multiple categories. So all I can say is TBD. I'm happy to give you a card and we can exchange emails, but nothing I want to talk about, at least right now.
So the question was if we're planning on having integration with Stripe to see Salesforce transactions within Stripe if you're a checkout partner, correct? Stripe transactions. Oh yeah, so you can do that with what I was talking about with the checkout management app. That's the tool that we built to pull all of the subscriptions and transactions and invoices in to an application in your org. Just localize it so you can do lookups to accounts and you can see your customers, things
Reporting.
like that. Because like I said prior, that was a bit of a black box for our checkout customers. But yeah, that's available on the Appexchange. You can go download that at any time.
It's free. It's available.
Free, available. Definitely leverage it. The checkout management app. Try to keep it as simple as possible.
As many acronyms as possible. is usually
Yeah,
what we go for.
exactly. Okay, COA, CMA. Webhooks. So we're actually using the Stripe webhooks now. Obviously, it's a managed package, so all the code that we've developed are the webhooks that we're pulling into the checkout management app. But if you wanted to do any custom integrations, you would have to handle that separately outside of the app. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, he also has a solution called Blackthorn, if you want to go talk to him. Blackthorn Payment. It's free on the Appexchange. I'm sure he'll give you a business card. I also have mine.
Who doesn't love free?
Exactly. Any other questions? No? Well, thank you all for
Cool.
coming.
Yeah, thanks so
Appreciate
much.
the time. Business cards up here if you would like to grab our personal emails and harass us, so feel free.